This beautiful city is a highly sought-after destination. It has a lot to see. But if you want to know what we recommend you visit here, stay until the end. We invite you to let our camera be a window that will open right now with views of Prague. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic. Crossed by the Vltava River, it is called the City of 1,000 Spires. We dedicated 4 days to it. But if you have more time, that's even better. You'll see everything that awaits you in Prague. Sunny days and rainy days accompanied our journey. Travel companions, shall we begin? Options for day 1. We will start at the place that is the postcard of this beautiful city, and that is its Old Town Square. We are now in the Strana area, the Old Town. This is a beautiful area for walking and for staying. Our hotel was in this area, which we will show you later. What to see in Strana, the city, Old Town? Clock, astronomical. One of the main attractions in Prague is its astronomical clock. It is located on the wall of the town hall and was built in the year 1410. Unlike another one we have visited, the one in Strasbourg, those who follow us will have seen it in the video about that city. This one is located outside, so just by standing in the square, you can enjoy the show every hour on the dot. You'll notice it's about to start, even if you don't check your watch. The crowd looking up will give you a hint that the time is approaching. But we can go inside the town hall and see some of the mechanism from the inside. Although the main thing in the town hall is to go up, to see the beautiful views you get from up there. Its construction began in 1338, with more buildings being added around it over the years. Today, its tower is surrounded by Gothic and Renaissance buildings. Its 70-meter tower, as we mentioned, allows visitors to go up, and that's where we headed. You have 2 options: take the elevator or go up on foot. Although we chose to take the elevator, we realized it wasn't necessary, at least for us, because the ascent is via a ramp that looks very comfortable. The views of Prague's rooftops from the top are unmissable, so going up is highly recommended. So it would be something to add to this list of what to see and do in Prague, one of those we call must-sees. The price varies depending on the way you choose to go up. The entrance fee is 300 Czech crowns, about 13 euros, plus an extra 100 crowns, just over 4 euros. If you want to take the elevator, the ticket office is on the first floor. The currency of the Czech Republic is not the euro, but the Czech crown. You can bring exchange money or use credit or debit cards. We used the latter option, which is accepted in most places. Anyway, it's always a good idea to have some cash. Right now, the exchange rate is about 1 euro to 23, almost 24 crowns. Although we got the Prague Cool Pass to try it out, which is a tourist pass, this activity wasn't included, or at least it wasn't at that time. As I said, passes always vary a lot. Later on, I'll tell you how the experience with the pass was and the cost. Even though we're showing you the places so you can create your own itineraries around the city, we, as always, and following our own recommendations, started this tour with a free walking tour. It was definitely worth doing, and it started in Malá, then finished here in the Old Town. The hidden church of Our Lady before Teen. Along with the town hall, the teen church is part of the city's postcard view. Those two towers frame the square. It was built in the 14th century. Access is available from Tuesday to Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is free. When they told me before going that the church in Prague Square was hidden, I didn't realize how much. Once there, I expected to see a small street as an entrance, but it's just a passageway. You can't see the whole facade because it's covered by the buildings in front of it. The Church of St. Nicholas. The Church of San Nicholas in the Old Quarter. Don't confuse it with the one in Malá, since there are two churches named San Nicholas. We'll see the other one later. This one, as I was saying, was built in 1732. This San Nicholas Church is also located in the Old Square, and it's worth going inside. It's a very beautiful Baroque church, and it has a chandelier inside that's worth seeing. The lamp, shaped like a crown, weighs 1,400 kilos. It was gifted to the church by Saint Nicholas II of Russia. Church entry is free. The church hosts concerts. We haven't gone, but I imagine it's a very nice option. A short walk from the square will take us to the Powder Tower. Only 450 meters separate us from the Old Town Square to the Powder Tower. The Powder Tower is a Gothic tower. It is one of the original gates of the city. It dates back to the 15th century and leads to the old town we were visiting. It is one of Prague's most famous monuments, Powder Tower. Although we haven't done it, you can also go up there to get views of the city. Prague Municipal House. Very close by, we find a spectacular building, the Municipal House. This example of Art Deco houses concert halls, exhibitions, and restaurants. It was built between 1905 and 1912 on the site where the urban residence of the Czech kings was originally located. It's worth going inside, even just to see the hall, but the facade alone is also worth admiring. We continue walking through this Stare Miesto, this old town, and we head towards Charles Bridge to go to Malá Strana. But before that, we take a little detour to see a work by David Czerny. This man we see hanging here is a work by the Czech sculptor David Czerny. His works are somewhat controversial, but they definitely attract attention. And just like we see this one here, we'll see many more throughout the tour. Rudolfinum. This neo-Renaissance building has a large concert hall used by the Czech Philharmonic Orchestra as the venue for its music season, and an exhibition hall, the Rudolfinum Gallery. The Clementinum. And now, the last stop before we head to the Charles Bridge. We're about 400 meters away from the Old Town Square, where we started our tour. The Clementinum is the second largest building complex in Prague, after the castle. Originally, the Clementinum was the seat of Charles University. Since the 16th century, it was occupied by the Jesuits, who built a large complex in the area, and more buildings were added over time. Until a few years ago, the complex housed the National, University, and Technical libraries. Visits to the impressive 18th century Baroque library can currently only be made through guided tours, which are available in Czech and English. It costs about 13 euros. Prices are always in Czech crowns, so you'll need to convert them. And now, here we are, very close to another icon of Prague, the Charles Bridge. We will start with the Old Town Tower and the impressive views from this small square towards Prague Castle. You can also go up the Old Town Tower. Charles Bridge, the oldest in Prague, spans the Vltava River. From where we are, I will be looking toward where we are going. Malá, Strana, that is, from the Old Town to the Lesser Town. Your construction started in 1357 and finished in 1402. It has 3 towers distributed between its 2 ends, one of them at the end located in Old Town, the one we saw, and the other 2 in Malá Strana. We mentioned you can go up the tower in Old Town, but since we haven't done it, we can't describe the views. The bridge is decorated with 30 statues located on both sides of it, most of which are Baroque style and were sculpted around 1700. The statue of St. John of Nepomuk stands out among them. Legend has it that if you rub the dog, you will return to Prague. During the day, the bridge is crowded. If you can go early in the morning, you'll see it better. Visit it during the day, but if you can, go see it at night as well, a time when its captivating medieval atmosphere stands out. Throughout the entire tour, we used the map to guide us along the itinerary. Options for Day 2. We will visit Malá Strana, which means small city, and in this area, we will explore some places. Now that we see the Moldava, we say that another must-do is the boat tour. We did it in a special way. We show it to you at the end of the video. We'll start at Malustransky Square, which is about 400 meters away from Charles Bridge. A beautiful square with Baroque buildings. The Virgin's Tower, erected in 1715, and the backdrop provided by the Church of St. Nicholas. This is the other Church of St. Nicholas that I mentioned to you a few minutes ago. This Baroque church was built between 1704 and 1755. The entrance fee is 100 crowns, a little over 4 euros. A short walk through beautiful streets, about 400 meters more, will take us to the John Lennon Wall. Located in the Campa Island area, the origin of the wall dates back to 1980, when John Lennon was assassinated, and the young people of this city began to express themselves on this wall. The Beatle was as popular here as worldwide, but also at a time when the Czech communist authorities were prohibiting many things for young people, so the wall became a space to express themselves and rebel. The corner is very picturesque and is always very crowded. David Cerny's Giant Babies. We're still in Campa Park, and we're going to see these giant faceless babies, as we mentioned. Another work by the Czech artist. Monument to the Victims of Communism. We'll walk a few more meters to see the monument to the victims of communism. We're 600 meters away from it. It commemorates victims of the communist era from 1948 to 1989. It is located at the base of Petrin Hill. By the way, up here at the top of Petrin Hill, they have a tower that is similar, or at least very similar, to the Eiffel Tower. We haven't visited it, but you can go up there to see it. We retrace our steps, and not too far away, we find the narrowest street in Prague. There's even a traffic light to cross, and many people line up for it. Kafka Museum. The writer Franz Kafka was born in Prague in 1883. In this museum, you will find manuscripts, drafts, and photographs of him. The entrance fee is 300 crowns. Right at the entrance of the museum, you will find a fountain made up of two men urinating. This work is by the already mentioned Prague artist David Cerny. We will finish this tour at the Prague Metronome, from where we will get some very beautiful views of the city and get ready, because tomorrow we will dedicate ourselves to exploring Prague Castle. This huge metronome is located in Letna Park. The metronome is an instrument used in music to keep time. We're taking a pause here to ask if you're enjoying the video. If so, we ask you to subscribe. Did you finish? Let's continue. At the end of the video, we'll share the hotel where we stayed, the places where we had dinner, our visit to the Prague Black Theater, and a very special dinner. Day 3. Prague Castle. On this third day, we will tour Prague Castle. We started the tour with a free tour. We took the free tour of the castle to get familiar with its history, since it is a very large complex. But you can also do it on your own. You can walk up from Malá Strana Square, going up Nerudova Street, or you can also take the tram up and then walk down. We took the tram up. The cost of a 30-minute ticket is 30 crowns, which is about 1.26 euros. But there are other ticket options if you are going to use public transportation. They have 24-hour tickets and also 72-hour tickets. The prices are 120 crowns and 330 respectively. So, for the one-day ticket, it's about 5 euros. And for the 3-day ticket, it's about 13 euros. Don't forget to validate your ticket once you get on. The castle, a World Heritage Site, is a large complex. This is where we really made good use of the Prague Cool Pass, since it gives you access to almost all the facilities. We will go into detail as we visit each place. St. Vitus Cathedral. Two churches are inside the complex. We will start with St. Vitus Cathedral. It is the greatest example of Gothic art in Prague. It has been the setting for the coronation of all the kings of Bohemia. It is also the burial place of saints, bishops, archbishops, and many kings. Entrance to the interior of the cathedral is free up to a certain point, but if you want to go further and reach the altar, the entrance fee is 250 crowns, which is about 10 euros and 50 cents. This covers the entire circuit. With this ticket, you'll not only get into the cathedral, but you'll also have access to other places inside the castle. Access is included if you have the Prague Cool Pass. St. George's Basilica. The other church we were talking about is St. George's Basilica. Although it's small, it's interesting to see. Only the foundations of the original building, founded around the year 920, have been preserved. When the monastery was founded in 973, the church was expanded and rebuilt. It's part of the full tour we discussed. So the total admission is 250 crowns or 10 euros and 50 cents. And it is also included in the Prague PASS. Royal Castle Halls. The halls of the royal castle were built in the 17th century for Emperor Rudolph II and housed important sculptures. The entrance is included in the circuit with the earlier churches. Let's visit the famous Golden Lane, a spot you've likely seen in many photos. The Golden Lane is without a doubt a charming place in Prague Castle. It gets its name because it was once an alley dedicated exclusively to goldsmithing. It gets its name from its Goldsmith Alley. It gets its name from being a goldsmith alley. The traditional medieval buildings remain, now featuring exhibitions of medieval life and shops selling local crafts. Literature enthusiasts, remember to visit number 22. It was the home of Franz Kafka's sister, and the author wrote there for a while. Access to this alley is included in the previously mentioned circuit. It's free if you have the Prague Cool Pass, but I should also tell you that access is free for everyone after 5 p.m., when all the houses close. This schedule may change by season. Castle Gardens. A walk through the castle gardens will help you unwind from a busy day. You can then finish your tour of the castle in this magnificent place, with these views of the city. If you still have some energy left, we have 2 more places to add, not too far away, but for those of us who took the tram. Do you want to see which ones? Let's go! Loreto Sanctuary and Strahov Monastery. We've reached our first stop, Our Lady of Loreto Sanctuary. It's no longer in the Castle District, but in Rachani, a district that's next to the Castle District. The entrance fee is 250 crowns, and it's included if you have the Prague Pass. Strahov Monastery. Founded at the beginning of the 12th century by Ladislav II, the Strahov Monastery Library has 2 halls that in some ways are reminiscent of the Baroque library at the Clementinum. We finished the day at a unique place rarely found in typical guides. Day 4. Today we'll start in the Novo Miesto area, the new town. We'll take the tram to a building that, although it's not old, really stands out: the Dancing House. This building was designed in 1992 and completed in 1996. The design, which is not very traditional, was controversial at the time because among the Baroque, Gothic, and Art Nouveau buildings of Prague, this one stood out for being so different. Today, it has become a city attraction, and many of us go there to see this building. Our steps will take us to a museum and a beautiful building, but they are more than 1.5 kilometers apart. National Museum. The historic building is located in Wenceslas Square, and it is one of the most important buildings in Prague. Declared a National Cultural Monument in 1962, its interior is truly wonderful. The building is in the Neo-Renaissance style. It was built between 1885 and 1891. Inside, you will find, among other things, exhibits of paleontology, anthropology, and zoology. If you're going with kids, it may be a good option. We were actually more interested in seeing the building itself than in visiting the museum per se. The building, as I mentioned before, is beautiful. The opening hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and the entrance fee is 380 crowns, which is 16 euros. It's free if you have the Prague Kulpas PASS. Now we're going to see another work by David Czerny on the way. The Wenceslas horse, located in the Strana gallery, about 500 meters from the museum we visited. We just found this sculpture with Wenceslas's horse upside down. I told you we would see many works by David Czerny, and that all of them are quite controversial. Let's continue. Walk towards another Kafka head. David Czerny placed this work outside the Quadrio shopping center in late 2014. Here, the author brings us one of Prague's important figures, Franz Kafka. And now we'll go back to where we started on the first day, to the Old Town, to stroll through the Jewish quarter, Yosefov. We will visit the Jewish cemetery and a series of synagogues, among which we highlight the Spanish synagogue to go inside. It's an interesting tour, and inside them you'll find information about the Jewish community in Prague. The price for the entire circuit, which includes 6 synagogues and the cemetery, is 300 crowns. It's included if you have the Prague Cool Pass. As I was saying, it's a very interesting tour. We really enjoyed doing it. We could have done it on the first day. We're more or less giving you an order here. But as I said, you can always arrange it however you like, depending a bit on where you're staying and how many days you have. We're just giving you an idea of what we did, that's all. Do you want to end this day from up high? Later, I'll share details about the hotel and other attractions. Prague Television Tower. We'll take the tram and go up 93 meters when we get to this tower, which is 216 meters tall. The 360-degree views of Prague are waiting for us. Is it a must-see? Personally, I don't think so. But anyway, it was a visit we enjoyed making. When you get to the tower, before you go in or when you leave, if you haven't paid attention, look up and take a good look at it. You'll see that there are babies climbing all over it. Do you remember the giant babies we saw? Well, they're the same and they're all climbing. It's a work by David Czerny. That's right. They're all climbing the tower. The entrance fee is 300 crowns, 13 euros, and it's included with the Prague Cool Pass. We stayed in the Old Town. This time, we chose the Iron Gate. The hotel was very nice. At that time in June, we paid about 120 euros per night for a double room with breakfast. It's not cheap, there are more affordable options, but the hotel is very high quality. It's a very good hotel. At night, we chose to see the Prague Blacklight Theatre Anthology show. While I don't think it's a must-see, the show was good. The ticket price is 24 euros. Don't expect too much, especially from the anthology, right? There are others too, but in this case, it's a small theater. Dinners? We ate at different places, none worth mentioning. All of them were in the Old Town, and we took the opportunity to eat goulash and try different beers. The Czech Republic is the largest beer consumer per capita, so it's nice to try different ones. One of the nights, we chose to have dinner on a boat on the Vltava River. It was a good experience, a different kind of night, and we'll share it in the next video with all the details, step by step, just the way we like to do it. For those who are considering it, are you thinking about a dinner for a special occasion or just to celebrate the trip? Take a look at the images to see what you'll find. The Czech Republic is not just its capital, Prague, but it also has charming towns and cities. We visited and stayed in Český Krumlov and Olomouc. We'll have videos about them later on, so you can decide if you want to add them to your trip around the Czech Republic. The price of the Prague Tourist Pass is 80 euros for 2 days and 102 euros for 3. We got the 3-day pass. It's convenient because you have the pass and the list of attractions in an app. But what I always tell you is to do your math. Just like we said in the previous video, getting the Berlin pass worked for us, and we managed to save some money. This time, in our case, we didn't get all the benefits out of it. Anyway, I'll leave you the link so you can check it with the activities you'll be doing, because they don't have to be the same ones we did. But I wanted to clarify that in our case, this time it wasn't positive. Travel companions, if you liked the video, but mainly if it was helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and share it with travelers whose next destination is Prague. See you in the next video, having dinner on the Vltava River.